It's that time of the year when Anta is on a roll with its upcoming releases. The other day, I posted a video about the Anta Scalpel 2, and I thought the shoe looked interesting enough. Quite recently, Anta also had images unveiled for the upcoming 3-Point Rain 3, a shoe line that was initially tied to Klay Thompson. But I'll talk more on that in a separate video because I was actually able to review the very first version, but opted not to review the second version because it was basically a rehash. Now we have our first look at the Anta ZAP 3, the shoe model that Donte DiVincenzo has been wearing ever since he signed with the Chinese brand. Some people say it's his signature shoe, but I don't buy it for a couple of reasons. But anyway, the Anta ZAP 3 could see more on-court action this upcoming NBA playoffs as the Wolves are set to play the Lakers in the first round. Donte could debut new colorways of the shoe beginning this coming Sunday, April 20, so let's have a quick conversation. Back in October 14, 2023, I posted a video about Donte signing with Anta and at the same time Anta having him wear a new silhouette. Shortly after, it was confirmed that the shoe was the Anta ZAP 1, a name that was taken directly from the word that means to move suddenly and rapidly. Donte would wear that shoe for the most part of the 2023-2024 NBA season. Then by the following season, Anta made a follow-up. On September 1, 2024, I posted a video about the Anta ZAP 2. On first look, I thought the shoe looked kinda like the Nike Hyperdunk 2017, especially the midsole design. Some folks said the same thing while some others had a different opinion, which is fine. And so recently, Anta is set to move forward with the third version of its ZAP series. Not surprisingly, Donte wore the shoe because folks say it's his de facto signature shoe and the past two versions had his initials on them. So let's take a look at the photos of the Anta ZAP 3. Donte wore the shoe on April 13 against the Jazz, and you know what quickly stood out for me? You're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Yes, that heel section of the midsole. The shoe will most likely use full-length Nitro Edge foam, which has been the standard setup for many of Anta's mid to high tier shoes in terms of price. The back section of the foam midsole has an external plastic heel cage with cutout parts that expose the foam material. Some of you will probably remember this design similar to an older shoe. I'm talking about the Adidas Crazy Explosive 2016, where the boost at the heel was also caged in a similar way but not exactly the same. That's because the Crazy Explosive had an uncaged, exposed medial section of the heel cushion. The Anta ZAP 3 on the other hand still has that partially caged Nitro Edge at the back medial. Come to think of it, the Anta ZAP 3 kind of reminds me of another shoe, but it could just be the photo's angle, because the lateral toe section somehow reminds me of the Nike GT Cut 3. But I feel like it's a bit of a stretch, and it's suspect to recency bias because chances are a similar setup has been used in another shoe from years back. But anyway, as far as Anta is concerned, the shoe is said to be inspired by road bikes, basically bikes designed for paved surfaces. I'm not sure why Anta decided to use road bikes as design inspiration for the shoe because there's no publicly known information showing that Donte himself is a fan of them. And it kind of reinforces the idea that the ZAP shoe model is not Donte's signature shoe. Otherwise, it would have reflected some key aspects of his life by integrating them into the shoe's design, or I could be missing something here. Look, it's no accident that Donte debuted the Anta ZAP 3 right before the start of the 2025 NBA playoffs. You can bet on it that it's planned and timed because Anta knows fully well that people will be watching, especially since the Wolves are set to match up against one of the popular franchises in the NBA. But the thing is, the Anta ZAP model hasn't been on the same level as the Shockwave series in terms of popularity. The shoe still has a long way to go, and Donte will have to do most of the heavy lifting to give the shoe its much needed NBA exposure. But let me know what you think.